Divas. We're gonna do a video just talking about Facebook and relationships. This was Sierra's idea. And a lot of people on our blog said they liked the idea and they thought it'd be a good video to do. So that's what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah. So I have a little problem with Facebook statuses. Not like your status like today I'm going to the mall, but like your status like if you're in a relationship or not. Because here's my view on it. If you are in a relationship, if it isn't gonna hurt anything, why not? Because I know a lot of people, they say like, well, Facebook shouldn't like, you know, determine your relationship status. But I feel like, okay, it's not that serious, right? So if you were in a relationship with somebody that didn't want to put it up, would you put it up, or would you just be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. So you're dating somebody, and you guys are together, but they don't feel the need to put that you guys are in a relationship together on Facebook.
Correct. I say put it up. I'm just gonna put it out there. I say put it up because I feel like you might not think Facebook is that serious, but it is like the new network thing. Like it is like the new promise ring almost. So if you don't put it on Facebook, to me, that if you don't put it on Facebook, to me, that's saying that you don't want nobody else to know. And number one, some of y'all girls out there are super froggy. Like y'all will go to, I know I'm the type of person, like I go to a dude's page and the first thing I look to see is if he's in a relationship, because that determines what I can put on his wall, because I don't want to be disrespectful to his girlfriend. So you know, I've been in situations to where girls be writing crazy stuff on the wall, and then the dude don't respond the way he's supposed to, and here I am. I mean, not trying to say that I'm a crazy person, but my temper is like kaboom. And when I kaboom, it's like a big kapowie, right? So here I am over here trying to defend my territory when all you had to do was put on there a status.
In a relationship.
Yeah, to me that's like your disclaimer. If you know that I'm in a relationship and you still put that up, that means I have all legal right to act a fool. Okay, maybe not act a fool, but like I feel like that's like the...
Yeah, I feel like it's a courtesy thing. Like, I feel like if you both agree to put it up, then that, you know, that's fine. But I think it's a little bit, not, I guess I'll say strange when only one person does. You know, you always see those couples and it's like one person that's like,
it makes them look more excited.
Yeah, it's like, yes, we're in a relationship together. And the other person, you know, you of course you want to go to their page. Yes, it's the girl. And you go to their page and it says nothing or it's hidden. And then you're just like, that's not a good sign. But you know what, I think it's really interesting too how Facebook has evolved, like how it's changed like the game for relationships. Like it didn't used to be that Facebook like determined whether or not you're in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like that's like one of the big things. It's like, okay, I'm in a relationship now, let me put it on Facebook. And
is it Facebook official?
Yeah, it's not Facebook official, then it's not true.
Yeah.
And I think that's just really interesting, like how Facebook has evolved and how it like impacts different like relationships.
But I feel like some people like try to go against the grain and be like, you know, well, I don't want to let Facebook determine my relationship. But some stuff you should just not go against the grain on. This is not civil rights, people. It's freaking Facebook statuses, and I don't think it hurts anything. Like if I want to put my status up and say I'm in a relationship, I can do that, right? And you should be okay with it instead of saying, no, I'm not gonna blah 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 blah. Shut up. Just change the status. Like have a seat. Like it's not that big a deal. And if you do have somebody that's like, you know, talking day one, day two, yo, let's change our Facebook status, then you have a problem with that person. It's not about Facebook. But if you've been together for a minute and it's not out there, or you constantly have to explain yourself over and over and over again that you are in a relationship, why don't you just put it out there one good time? Like, see, that's what I hate. You need to make it...
It's a lie!
The fly? Okay. It's a fly in the bathroom, and I killed him, but he just played dead.
He just woke up. He did. Okay, sorry. Facebook. I feel like too, like we said, it's a courtesy thing. Like a lot of times, and you know, as much as you try and like rebel against it, a lot of times we do when we add a friend or we're just being nosy, we go and look at their pictures, their statuses, all those types of things, and that impacts like our relationships with them.
See what they're saying, using their pictures consistently.
So like if you happen to go to this guy's page and there's this like his girlfriend or whatever,
no trace,
none at all. Then how does that look? How does that make her feel? But then also like what does that say about your relationship too? Like I think that can be, which is kind of sad that you can get all of these things for your relationship from Facebook, but that's one of like the determiners for like kind of how serious a relationship is. If you know you say yes, we're in love, we've been dating for a year, and there's not one picture of you except maybe one, I don't know. I feel like that's a problem.
Like, it is the new thing, and I feel like it just is. So, like, you can't ignore it. I don't understand why you don't just want to go with it. Especially if you've been together for a long time. I'll put that out there. If you've been together for a long time, it's a little different. But
I do think too, though, there's a difference, because I like between in a relationship with so and so, and it's complicated. Like, the whole it's complicated. I don't understand why they have that on Facebook.
Don't put
that. Now that is just extra nosy and rude. Like, I had one of my friends that they put it's complicated with so and so. She went from single to it's complicated. You need to stay single then if you go from single straight to already being complicated.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, now that's one of those things I feel like you don't need to use that feature. And I don't know.
And
why
I feel like you don't need to know.
It's complicated. Everybody's not need to know you have problems.
What they gonna? Yeah,
it's complicated. Like, everyone does not need to know that, and that's where you get like into all this, the controversy on Facebook. And some people be too out there with their business. If every single time you go and have an argument with somebody and you switch boop, it's complicated. Boop, single, bloop. In a relationship, like, that's too much now. That's too much for me, and I hate it on my newsfeed. You're clogging it up.
So I agree with that. Maybe that's why guys don't want to do it.
But if you're in a stable relationship,
stable,
and you know that's not something that you're having, then I don't understand what's the big deal about it.
I don't either. Because I compared it to, like, a guy said something about, like, his girl wanted to change his status. And so he was like, I don't understand why you want to, what's so big of a deal? So I said, would you get married and not wear your ring? And he was like, touche.
Nothing's with your new ring.
I mean, but it almost kind of is like to me, it's just a flat out disclaimer. Instead of you always having to constantly say to somebody on your wall, oh no, my girlfriend went like that, ha ha ha. Instead of you just saying that, why don't you just put it in a little, that's what the little corner is for, the little status.
Yes. Because if I know so and so has a girlfriend, then that's gonna be when I'm gonna say, hey, how are you? Goodbye, like, and not, say everything that I might say if they didn't have a girlfriend and put it on their wall.
Nobody wants to be disrespectful to the other girl, hopefully.
So I feel like it helps the relationship out in the end if people know that you're in a relationship, because then you don't have to deal with this girl wrote this and this on this guy's status, or this that and the third.
And if somebody do write something on your page like that looks halfway like whatever, I feel like that other person should step up and say something about your girlfriend. Like, don't let it go on and on and on and try to laugh it off. That's not a laughing matter. It's not funny. Like, because I'm going to be sitting on the other side of the computer refreshing my page every 5 seconds trying to see what happened next. Like,
that was funny.
I mean, I'm just being real. Like, I know everybody's probably going to have comments, but...
So definitely with comments, like, we know this is going to be a video that has controversy, because a lot of people do feel like, okay, you don't need to use Facebook that much, da 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 da.
I feel like you say that though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just being real. You say that, but on the low, deep down on the inside, you know that as soon as you get the opportunity to change your Facebook status, you want to change it. So hush.
So just like our what is wrong with all black people video, we want you all to kind of engage in the conversation with us, because this is definitely a good conversation to have. Here are some other points that people brought up on our blog that I'm going to mention really quick. I think I'm probably going to get names wrong. I always do. Markeisha, she brought up a good point about how Facebook has limited how people communicate, and how a lot of times people hide behind their keyboard, which they do. You get a lot of MySpace thugs, Facebook thugs. And I think that's a good point to bring about. She was talking about how we can't interact socially because we use all this technology. So that was a good point. Kenya, she was talking about how a friend, how we talked about earlier, one of her friends got mad because I guess their relationship, I think the boyfriend was mad because the girlfriend didn't have the relationship status on her page. It was hidden, and like there was nothing about him in her About Me page and things like that, which is a valid point to bring up. If somebody's a special part of your life, why would you leave them out on your Facebook? It'd be one thing if you just didn't have Facebook altogether, but to have one, use it, and then just leave them out, that's kind of rude. And then Kenya also brought up a good point about how it changes like friendships, like how even when, like, let's say you are friends with somebody like freshman year of college, and then you graduate 10 years later, well not 10 years later, let's say 3 years later, you won't talk to them, but you can still see everything on their Facebook, you can still see what's going on in their life, and just kind of invade their privacy, which is a good point, because I have friends from like kindergarten who I don't talk to no more, but I know they can see all on my page, and I know all about them, and that's creepy actually.
And I'm like, yeah, you know, such had a baby, like,
yeah,
but I ain't really,
but I haven't talked to them,
and like 99.
And then Okay, her name is Nick the Zombie. And she was talking about just how it can strain your relationship romantically, which is what we kind of said too. So with that, what are you all's opinions? What are your thoughts? Definitely post them on a page so we can have this ongoing conversation, and hopefully maybe we'll come back and do another video on it.